Can dogs cure you from depression? It's a good question to ask. I'm not saying they are, a medication, but dogs definitely can act like a medication by just, their energy, just being around you. And just when you're feeling sad, they can sense when you're sad. Also, when you're lonely, when you're a lonely person and you don't have like a mate or somebody, they definitely kind of keep you occupied. They give you a lot of attention, and hugging them too. It's like a serotonin. I mean, my Rottweiler, he's so big and I'm always hugging him, and just when they always want to lay down with you and they want to spend time. I mean, there's definitely a lot of good benefits with having a dog, and plus they do keep you active. My dogs, I always let them out 3 or 4 times a day. We go for walks. I always take them out. They do keep me healthy because I got to keep them healthy. In a way, they kind of teach you love. You love your animals. If you love them, you're going to do everything for them. My French bulldog, Bella, she's up ahead, she had babies, and the surgery was $6,000 because they had to do a C-section. And God, that was just, that was a heck of an experience. And, I went through with it, got the money. She had 6 babies. Definitely was it was quite an experience, but, I did that because I loved her. I went out of my way, and, people called me crazy. They were like, $6,000. Some people, they wouldn't do it, but if you love your animals, you'll go out of your way for them. And my Rottweiler, him, he's a pain in the butt. No, I'm kidding. He's a good dog, He's a Rottweiler, so he's stubborn. But, the thing with him is that, I'm very patient with him. He's a type of breed where, people do get scared when they see him. Then they, or other people love him, but I do really, go out of my way for them, especially him. When I went to Arkansas to pick him up, I don't know, maybe the breeder knew I wanted one, like, really bad. He knew how much I, wanted to raise one. But I wonder if maybe how many people in the past have actually, kept them and went out of their way. But, my guy, I said to him, I told myself, I said, if I was ever at a place and they said, you can't have this dog, okay, I'll be homeless. I'd rather be homeless than get rid of him. I'm never going to get rid of this dog. This dog is my life. These two was a big addition into my life. They both require a lot of attention. They both want a lot of attention. My Roddy the most. I always give them equal amount of attention. I really try to, give them equal love. But, because of that, it's helped me a lot, like I said, with depression, because, I'm not saying I don't believe in antidepressants. I do think, they're helpful to some people, but I think for me, it's just I needed to just kind of get out, explore the nature and, spend time with these animals. And that's what I've been doing. These dogs have really been, a great help in my life. They've kept me happy. I've went through a lot of, hard times, and, they've been there with me. They've always been there, loyal to me, and stayed with me and kept me, motivated. And that's what I love these dogs. And I do feel in many ways they can help you a lot when it comes to depression. There's many reasons. I mean, everybody has stories why they've, helped them in some kind of way. Mine, my story is, they've just been there with me, and I live on my own. I'm kind of like a lot of people's story. I'm alone, so, I don't have somebody always there with me, but these guys are with me all the time. And, I love when I wake up, my French bulldog, she'll jump right on my chest, kind of boop me with her little nose and just lick my face. She always does that. And my Roddy, he's always awake early, just ready, waiting for me. And, he'll come up and wake me up. Sometimes it's annoying, but, a lot of times I love it, and that's what makes me happy. And, people always ask me, you're so laid back. I mean, well, I got these two in my life, so I don't really need to be, mad. Whatever is going on in the world, these dogs are always, my company. I love taking them out. I love spending time with them. They get a lot of attention. People love them. Bella, she's got a ball. She found a ball. She's obsessed with balls. Yeah, so that's kind of why you see her running off and stuff. My Roddy, he's definitely, once he sees it, he's going to want to take it. But, yeah, they have a lot of positivity. I mean, like I said, hugging a dog, it's release of serotonin. But they do say that, when you hug your dog, you got to take your dog outside, not right after, but you do have to take them out just so they could recharge almost in a way. It's kind of a funny thing I read, but it's true, and this is what they love. Dogs love nature. I mean, I wish us humans were like them, like, the littlest things in life, they're drawn to, like my dog right here. She's just, this ball has got her just amazed with it. I mean, she's running around so proudly with it that she found this ball. She's walking up ahead. It's we take a lot of things for granted where dogs don't. Dogs love nature, and it just goes to show us human beings that we have to get out there and love nature, because it cures a lot of depression, just being active and stuff. And these dogs, they like I said, they've been there for me a lot, and last year I went skydiving. That was a big thing. That was a fear I had. And, I felt just more braver, because I've just, with them being in my life, they've helped me a lot. They've been there with me with everything. And, oh my God, she's obsessed with that ball. Yeah, so, I mean, it's been a lot, and like I said, the only ones who are going to love you the most is, aside from your family, is your dogs. Your dog's going to love you. They come to this world and, they already know what love is. That's why they don't live a long time, because, they experience, love, and they love their owners. My dogs just stare at me all the time, and I love that. It's just like, it's that oxytocin that just they get when they just stare at you and they love you. And it's a great feeling even for myself, because I love it, because I see that and I'm just like, wow, my dogs love me. And, they always want to be on me, lay on me, and, always be around me. I get up and go to another room, or if I go to the bathroom, there they are sitting by the door waiting, and that whole thing with them, when you go to the bathroom, they sit there and wait with you. That goes back to the whole, like, wolves, time where, the wolves do that, where if one of the wolves is going to the bathroom, technically they're vulnerable. So there's always that one that stays guard, one or two, which that's amazing, because, they consider us part of a pack, and this is my pack, my two dogs and me, this is, it's a great feeling. They make me happy, every day. And every time I go out, I don't stay out long, because I'm always like, oh, I got to get back to my dogs. Like for work, I went to Maine for 3 days, and I had my neighbor watch the dogs, and the dogs were kind of scared because they didn't know what happened to me, because they're so used to sleeping with me all the time, and, I left, and 3 days, my neighbor, he was like, they won't go out. They're afraid of me. They don't know what's going on. And that's that loyalty they had. And I couldn't even sleep myself because I was so worried. Me being a responsible owner, I'm like, I can't do this. I got to get back. I mean, I called it short at work. I was like, hey, I got to get back to Boston. I was in Maine, and I was like, I got to get back. My dogs, man, I have an emergency. And I grabbed the $400 Uber ride, and I just drove. I got in that car, and I just drove, and I just kept just waiting and waiting. I'm like, the whole drive, I'm like 2.5 hours, I'm going to see my dogs. And the best feeling was when I opened that door and they saw me and I saw them, and I just got on my knees and I went to hug them, and they were so happy. I took them out, I spent time, I went, spoiled them, just grabbed a bunch of burgers and just, fed them. And that's my whole philosophy with dogs and depression. I do feel that they can help you a lot. They can cure you in a way with loneliness, feeling sad, and they just give you an energetic life, and they really teach you to love something. I mean, these dogs are like my kids, and every dog owner knows that. Every dog owner has that same feeling, that your dogs are your kids. You spend time with them, you love them. I would give my life for them, and there's no way I would, risk anything with, losing one of them or any of them. They mean a lot to me. Sorry guys, it's November, so it's cold now. So if you hear me kind of like a little bit breathing heavy, I'm walking. Plus, it's cold. So, but they obviously, you can tell they're not bothered, to say the least. But yeah, dogs have a big, help in your life as far as depression. I do feel they can help you a lot with that, and they could, in a way, possibly cure you, just without, medication, by just keeping you happy, positive, giving you unconditional love, and, just pretty much being there for you when you're in your weakest moments. And, I've had times where I felt sad, and down, and my dogs are always there to comfort me, and it's, you just can't replace a dog's love. They're not here for a long time because they know love. They know how to love somebody. And these dogs, they can get treated wrong, and they'll still, give a human another chance. It's just unexplainable. The way they are. It's amazing. And I love my dogs, and they definitely, in my opinion, can help you a lot with depression. They have a lot of benefits. They just, like I said, they keep you active. They give you that love. They, you can't be lonely when you got these dogs with you. And they just they give you an activity. They keep you responsible all the time. And that's what's good. What I love about them. They just, they keep me going in my life, aside from whatever it is I do in my life. But I also have these responsibilities. And, it's never a thing with me. It's never of like, oh, I have to go do this. This is like second nature. I'm like, hey, I got to go back home. My dogs are waiting for me. I gotta get back. I got to go cook for my dogs. Like everything, I got to go take my dogs outside. Like it's always second nature to me. And, it's just how it is automatically. You love your dogs. It's what you do. But yeah, definitely, dogs can help you a lot. They just give you that warm feeling. And, the hardest part is when it's your dog's time to go. And I never want to think of that. My Bella, my Frenchie, she's 3 years old now. My Roddy, he's about 1.5 years. I think about that day when, they're going to go, one day. They're not going to be here. And, I'm going to, miss them dearly. They're always going to be a part of my life. And, you know, I think of that, and definitely it's something that I want to just always remember the good times. I take a lot of pictures. That's why I have a channel just based off of them. You know, it's, you know, it's in its infancy stage, so just bear with it. We're gonna post more videos, more shorts, and, you know, we're gonna have more talks. But I highly recommend anybody to get a dog, because they can definitely cure cancer. I mean, depression, cancer. They definitely help out a lot. And, you know, like I said, it's not a medication, but it's definitely like a natural healing with them in your life. But thanks, guys, for taking the time to listen to me. It's time to go in. I'm going to bring my dogs home and make them some food, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Have a good day.